For the Christian single girls in Los Angeles, first of all, where are you? Because we're running Christian speed dating events for men and women, but only the men are buying tickets. Like, we've literally sold out 2 months in a row now, and we've had to cancel it because there's just not enough girls. 25 to 35-year-old women.
I don't like when some men be like, all y'all want is money, all y'all want is this, and all y'all want is that. And you be quick to open up your mouth and ask for a piece of booty, and then get uncomfortable when I mention, oh, you got money? It's not always about money, it's about love. Now it's about love, but it wasn't about that when you wanted to get that booty, your lust ass.
And whoever is out there plotting on my man, yeah, just know one of the stipulations for him to divorce me is he has to get an irreversible vasectomy. Because I know how you love to be second and third baby mamas. Yeah, no, not letting mine go without a fight, so put up your dukes. Bye.
Women, we are our own worst enemy. When you're approached by a man, or a man jokes and laughs with me, if he's charming, not necessarily conventionally good looking, but if he's funny and charming and just has a nice aura, you're fine with it.
Yes.
That's the huge kind of hypocrisy. You have your creep dar as a woman. And if anything about him, like he comes into your aura and you just feel you get the creeps, you just know it. When I was younger, it was completely normal. Men came up to you all the time. But nowadays they don't. If nobody's approaching you, you're all
At some point in time, modern women are going to realize that their choices have consequences. Sure, you out there getting the bag and you're doing your thing, but some of your choices have consequences, and you have to deal with those consequences on your own. Not a man fixing them. Deal with those consequences on your own.
I don't date men anymore. I don't see them as people.
I don't believe that they should even be allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Cut it if not.
I mean,
before.
that's why we're in this situation, because they're voting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel there should be a program
They
where
start off in jail.
Yes, like start off in jail. Start off with no rights.
This is what happens when women are given power. You can easily watch things fall apart. And I'm saying this as a woman. I'm telling you, there is a reason why God calls men to be the leaders. It's time to take the word of God seriously. Come on, guys, you need to step up and be in charge again.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
One more to reply to. His woman, red flag. No. A feminine woman wants to feel claimed. She wants to feel like her man, she belongs to her man. So he is going to call her his woman. It doesn't mean that she can't go and do anything that she wants to do. It doesn't mean that she's, in the kitchen slaving away. It just means that he 100% claims her as his woman, and she loves that. So, to this comment here, nope. Masculine men, feminine women, this is exactly where it's at.
Ladies, let me tell you something. You would feel so much better if you just dropped that bull crap. Just dropped it on the floor like the weight that it is that you're carrying on your back, and just acknowledge, you know what? When I've got a good man, I feel freaking amazing. I want to lean on him. I want to lean into him. I want him to take care of me. I want him to sometimes put me in my place when I'm being a first-class biatch. I want all of it. You would feel, just shout it from the freaking rooftops, and you'll feel so much better than when you're touting your boss babe bullcrap. Just saying.
At some point in time, modern women are going to realize that their choices have consequences. Sure, you out there getting the bag and you're doing your thing, but some of your choices have consequences, and you have to deal with those consequences on your own. Not a man fixing them. Deal with those consequences on your own.
The whole bare minimum versus princess treatment trend, it's cute to watch, but honestly, it's getting unrealistic. Opening the car door, bare minimum. Carrying my bag, bare minimum. Holding my hair scrunchy, bare minimum. Seriously. And I genuinely want to ask these women, do you not have hands to do your basic things? Yes, it's sweet if a partner does these. Chivalry, care, kindness, all of that is beautiful. And they should help when you genuinely need it. Like if your hands are full, or you're tired, or they just want to spoil you. But expecting them to do this every single day, That's not bare minimum, that's extra. And half the people who are posting these do not really have a life like that. It's just curated content to set unrealistic standards. Every relationship is different, every person gives love differently. Your partner isn't bare minimum just because he's not following Instagram aesthetic checklist.
A lot of these modern women want a man that pays for everything. Just send him the bill. Oh, well, send him the bill. I want a man to do all of this stuff. Well, what do you bring to the table? How could you ever say that to me? Well, I can open my mouth and say, what do you bring to the table? Because I've been bringing everything.
Peter was kind of just nonchalantly like, I don't have time for you, Jesus. It was a scene on the boat, and I just stopped and I was like, what do you think he'd be like as a 7-year-old? What weaknesses might appear but are actually great strengths? And then I show the scene where he says, thou art the Christ, and he declares it. And I show this is the same person just a year and a half later, but this is the Peter that has to stand before the Sanhedrin and tell them to Messiah. This is him. All those strengths, but they may not always be recognized through that process. That's the Peter that I want to become like, and I can't wait to meet one day.
Men are at a stage where they're saying, I'm not doing this BS anymore. And men are saying, if you want to be with me, you want to love me, you want to be in a relationship, they are now saying you either give it 100% or you get out that door. He is not taking any more of your. They're not playing the ghosting game. They're not playing the disrespect. They're not doing the toxicity, the drama, all your negativity, the up and down mood swings, the constant, oh, it's my time a month. They're not doing that anymore. Men are done with being treated like in relationships. They would rather be in the darkness and the silence alone than be in a relationship where they are again given and given and given to be taken for granted, humiliated, judged, and absolutely disrespected. And honestly, I can't blame them. About time men said something back.
Once these guys tasted just an inkling, just a small amount of, oh, this is what it feels like to be at peace and not chasing around somebody that don't actually like you, a lot of men are choosing that. So when a man says, I'm not really all into that stuff, that's what a man means by, oh, I'm opted out of dating. I don't have time for the BS.
In order to answer the biggest question that I've received since announcing my pregnancy, this is actually my 4th pregnancy. It is my 2nd shared child with my husband, and that is where the confusion comes from, because you guys saw me when I was pregnant with my first child that I shared with him, and now I'm pregnant with my 2nd. But back in the day when I started TikTok, I actually had a 4 and a 6-year-old. They are now 11 and 9, and I don't really show them on my social media. Very rarely. Sometimes I'll show them like once a year. And it's usually after my 11-year-old has requested and requested and requested. It's a very fine line. I think that I know personally a lot of the risks to one's mental health with being on social media and being a content creator. And I don't think that an 11-year-old brain is ready for that. And I've had this discussion with her a lot. I think that most of you guys agree. Like, I know that the occasional times that I've shown my older children, you guys are like, what are you doing showing your children? I mean, even my 2-year-old has only been on my TikTok channel maybe a total of 5 times. So yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
You know why a lot of men laugh at women and treat us like we're idiots? Okay, no, they're not. Majority of men have to deal with women like this. I'm sorry with disrespect, but if majority of men today have to choose to have the mother of their children, to build a life with you, to build a career with you, that you both can build something together for the future, to have a life with you, and you need to deal with somebody that have so many mental issues and so many body count, why would they do it? They'd rather be alone. I can't hear this, and I'll tell you why. You are mother to children. You're sitting here in the podcast saying, oh, I'm a baby girl, I'm a slave. I don't want to hear this. Because literally you disrespecting your kids. You are mother before you are for yourself. You are mother before you something in this world, before your career. It doesn't matter, because as soon as you have the baby, you're not living for yourself. You're living for the baby, not for yourself. Your baby and your kid is the most important thing. You're supposed to protect them, love them, and protect them. It's not put yourself out there and talk about their mother like that, because you're humiliating them. I'm embarrassed as a woman to sit at a table with a woman like you.
You know, men are looking at other people and they're saying, if marriage is going to be this way, if relationships are going to be this way, then why in the world am I signing that same contract? Why am I stepping in the middle of something that I know, based on, you know, what I'm looking, based on what I've experienced, what I'm looking at, based on how this woman is acting now, We don't even have to go like, oh, well, my friend, my this and that, based on how she's acting now. I'm not sure it's going to work.
But they need our attention. they need our acknowledgement. They need us to see them. We're at work and we're walking down the aisles and we see somebody and we smile instead of just walking by as if they don't matter. Why should I acknowledge your presence? You don't matter. Now on the street, what men don't know is that women won't look them in the eye is because we're afraid they'll take it as an invitation, and that's too scary for us. But once I learned that I can pay very close attention to what I'm offering in an acknowledgement, and the only people I've ever had my admiration, my noticing, my smile taken wrong, there's only been 2 men in 30 years, and they were drunk. They're so sensitive to our energy. They're so sensitive to our invitation, which is again why if we're leading with physicality, with sexuality, they interpret that as an invitation.
You know, men are looking at other people and they're saying, if marriage is going to be this way, if relationships are going to be this way, then why in the world am I signing that same contract? Why am I stepping in the middle of something that I know based on, you know, what I'm looking, based on what I've experienced, what I'm looking at, based on how this woman is acting now? We don't even have to go like, oh, well, my friend, my this and that, based on how she's acting now. I'm not sure it's going to work.
Men have approached women, and the next thing you know, we're on somebody's Instagram stories like, can you believe he posted? I mean, he approached me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Charles. Like, I mean, it almost seems like because of the, like, I would say like hostile environment that's been created. And, you know, unfortunately, women, just because you're not doing it, there are so many that are, that it's created a hostile environment.
It really
and a
has.
very, it's made a lot of men like apprehensive who might have approached you, you know, 6 years ago. You know, it's very different now. And so I think that there does need to be, I'm not saying that, you know, the whole world, like all of our society and culture is going to like completely flip into a seesaw, but so I'm not about changing necessarily the macro culture, but your own personal interactions. If you can think about what's going on in the macro, that men have been, first of all, just been rejected.
A woman needs love, a man needs respect. Right. But it's almost easy for us to say, well, he can get my respect when he earns it. Wow. Right. Can you imagine if your husband said she can have my love when she earns it? Just as much as women need love, your husband needs respect. Not only was he created to be able to need this, to receive it, he was built that way. He's going to be drawn to the places where he actually does receive it.
That's right.
Whether it's his workplace, you know, some of us are like, why is he always out of the house? Why doesn't he like to be at home? Why does he always feel so grumpy or look so grumpy when he's at home? But then for some reason, when we're out with his friends or when he's at work, he's thriving there. You see so much joy in him. It's because he's receiving respect. He's going to find respect in the relationships where he receives it. And if that's the case, we've got to figure out a way to understand that there is a true need for a man to be able to receive respect. That's good.
Modern women continue to tell men, and this is why a lot of men opt out, because of the entitlement. But what you bring is it's bare minimum. It's not enough. To where a man, you know, honestly and truly says, okay, if it's not enough, I'm just going to stop doing it. I'm going to go mind my own business somewhere else. And you get mad at the man, but you didn't waste his time talking about he's bringing the bare minimum. I'm looking for a man that does X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? That man don't want you.
So do you feel like men value an aesthetic? That's like one of the top, because men will be like, I don't care what she looks like as long as she brings me peace, nurturing. In my comments, that's what they say. We don't care how
dudes
she
don't get them. Dudes, think about this. Dudes in the comments don't get no women. They in the comments. Who has time to be in the comments? Not in the comments. I don't care what she look like. That's because you in the comments, and you hope that she in the comments and see your comment and y'all comment on each other.
So they could be together. Oh, this is a strategy.
Absolutely. Men only go in the comments to see what fine women are commenting. Yeah.
You find them in comment?
Absolutely. You know who got the best comment section on all social media?
Who?
Lil Duval. Shout out to Lil Duval. Got the best comment section on Instagram.
Really?
All the fine
That's where all
women.
the fine women.
All of, I'm talking about fine, successful to fine, broke, unemployed. They all in there having a ball.
But they all fine.
They all fine.
Dang.
These modern women will ask about your net worth before they ask about your values. They're not going to check and see if you have integrity. They're going to check and see how much money is in the bank. And most men say, "Oh, you date me for you want an ATM?" Okay, check please.
Can you imagine having to wait for sex with a single mother? That would be such an L. Women with 2, 3, or 4 or more kids on social media talking about what they will and they won't tolerate from a man. These women, they're completely delusional. If a woman has a kid, she really, I would argue, should take what she can get and leave these standards behind. But let's look at some of the single moms in the current dating market. So let's see, we got, can you imagine going on a date with a single mother and her telling you she's celibate? Sure, you like the person. Do not worry about at all if they like you. You are likable and the prize. You know, honestly, I gotta be honest. In America, men are the prize, but women have the leverage, unfortunately. All right, here we go.
How do you approach dating as someone in their late 20s?
Usually early to late 20s, and just took a massive L. And they're done. They're done. They'll have another girlfriend, but no more kids. You meet a lot of those, so...
Modern women will probably never understand that the peace a man feels after stepping away, stepping back from a chaotic dating market. It just peace, a sense of security, a sense of just overall relaxation. I don't have anybody telling me I'm doing something wrong when I'm doing something right. Fantastic feeling.
All right, now, here we go again, back on my soapbox with another interesting topic. And this time, a female friend came to me and asked me to do a video about why dudes don't approach us no more. I mean, for real, what's wrong with y'all dudes? Y'all don't like approaching women anymore? And her wish became my command because I can't wait to talk about this topic. And I'm going to start off by saying, really? Because what I noticed is that a lot of females don't want to get approached for the sake of a man approaching them. Because a lot of them just want to get approached just for the attention to reject a man, for their own ego boost. And on top of that too, what happened to a lot of y'all complaining, talking about y'all approach us too much? I don't feel like getting approached by y'all. Because don't lie, for years, a lot of y'all females been complaining about dudes approaching y'all when y'all really don't feel like being bothered. Because for years, a lot of y'all were quick to put a dude on blast by recording him and put his online just to embarrass his ass. Cause on the real, you can't pick and choose when you feel like being approached. And now since a lot of us heard y'all and choose not to approach y'all, now all of a sudden it's a problem. You know what the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Top of that too, let's not forget about all the silly games y'all play when we do approach y'all. Like we automatically supposed to read minds and know when y'all want to be approached and when y'all don't. Like we supposed to know that 2.5 second glance that y'all give our walking full speed passes is supposed to be a sign for us to get up on y'all. Now I don't know about y'all, but that shit sounds backwards to me. By doing all that, why even try? But at the end of the day, you ain't gotta listen to me. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But one thing you can't say, I didn't try to tell you.
Fellas, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I don't think you guys realize this, but your superpower with a female is safety. The things we will do if you make us feel physically, mentally, emotionally safe is out of this world. And before you come for me and make some weird comments, make sure that the woman you're choosing is not only a good reflection of you, but actually wants to date you. Not only that, but if her intentions are to be a wife, to go long term, you'll be fine in this dynamic. But your judgment of character with choosing the correct female might alter this. Because some ladies are out there having fun and doing their thing, just like you've probably done your thing in the past. And if you have poor judgment on any of which I just said, then don't even use this. Because then you'll just have such a hatred towards women when you are just picking the wrong ones. But I digress. Safety. It's as simple as that. Don't make us feel like we have to overthink, overguess, second guess, question 1,000 different things. A lot of us have baggage, a lot of us have trauma, and maybe you do too, but when you're in a healthy relationship, when you are with somebody who isn't giving you the signs that they're doing that, when you are with someone who actually is investing themselves into you and showing you and telling you that they are only interested in you, safety.
Serious question for the women on TikTok. What's the best way for a man to approach?
I'm going to answer this because there's a lot of women responding really rudely to this. So for a lot of women, safety is a big thing. Make sure she's in a public area where she would feel comfortable being approached. Obviously not outside or in the parking lot. Especially if it's nighttime, no. Pickup lines, not necessary. Unless you just have a funny one and you want to make her laugh. But this is stupid, but try to not be nervous because she can pick up on that. And it might make her feel a little uneasy. I know. And you can just ask her a silly question to begin with. Like, I'm about to leave, but I just wanted to say hi first. Or you can ask a question about the place, ask a question about what she's wearing, maybe her bag, whatever it is, anything that you notice right off the bat. Give her a chance to respond. Sometimes you get nervous and you try to fill the silence. That's not necessary. You look more confident when you can leave silence comfortably. Pay attention to her body language when you're talking to her. If she's like looking away, looking at everything except you, and she seems like she's looking for an exit, or if her body's angled out, try to excuse yourself because she's probably not interested. And it's unfortunate women won't be blunt and just say it, so you do have to look for signs. But if she asks for something back, makes eye contact, seems genuinely interested in what you're saying, then yeah, keep it going and get her number.
We're back. And we are looking for a husband. Today we are here in the record store because we love a man who likes music.
Already gave you the time.
Because to me, like, I used to be, a lot of people don't know that, and I don't care. I used to be a stud. If you pay attention, you've been my friend on TikTok for a while, then you will know that I was in a marriage with a woman for 11 years. I was the man. So when it comes down to it, no, I did not get appreciated. I barely got loved. It was horrible. So that is why some men come out here and be just doing their own thing, don't even care, because, bruh, they experience with it. No woman is just out here trying to help her man. She expects her man to just do for her. And it dawned on me, like, when women were growing up, I don't know one woman that was raised to know how to treat a man. I don't. I know that when I was being raised up and the people around me that was being raised up, our mamas taught us to pay attention what to look for in a man. Pay attention to how or what he has, 6 figures, a car, a house. Nobody taught us how to love him. Nobody taught us how to take care of him when he's down. Nobody taught a woman how to nurture their man the correct way. We were just taught to look. We were just nurturers by nature. Nobody was taught how to nurture no man. But we were definitely taught to look. Pay attention to what your father does. He's got this job, he's got that job, he's got these cars, he's got this house, he takes care of mom. That's all we was taught to look for. And a little bit of love that you see in the house. What the fuck?
So the other day I'm talking to my brother and he's like, I'm broke this month. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, how? You don't buy skincare, you don't buy makeup, you don't buy outfits, you literally wear the same hoodie every day like it's a uniform. Meanwhile, I'm out here budgeting for serums, foundation, lashes, hair appointments, a cute outfit for every event, and somehow I'm the one who's supposed to be broke, or not be broke. It honestly made me so curious that I was like, I genuinely want to see a man's per diem for 1 week, just like a little sneak peek, because clearly they're spending money on something. I just can't figure out what.
Modern women are not wife material anymore. They're not ready for a relationship, for marriage, for kids. Like, what happened to them? And my question to that is always, are modern men ready for marriage, kids, and commitment? Because I don't think so. Why is it all the time that those men in the comments talk about women not being wife material anymore, while themselves, they sometimes cannot even be good people, let alone partners, husbands, and fathers? Like, if you want someone to contribute and sacrifice so much for the sake of marriage and kids and family, you kind of gotta match that. You gotta have the same qualities, the same contribution, the same traits that would want a woman to be together with you and would want to have all of those things and to sacrifice everything for whatever the two of you are building. Modern women are not ready to sacrifice everything, especially their career, their social life, their mental and physical health, just for the sake of being together with a man anymore. We are not the women that used to live like 50, 60, 100 years ago. We got so many more rights and opportunities right now that we're not ready to just throw away just like that. We are capable of building so much ourselves, to build communities, build businesses, companies, build families sometimes on our own. And why would we want to be the typical wife material if we don't win anything from it? If it's not even an equal contribution to our life?
Oh, it's that time of year when all the women are like, oh, Santa, please bring me a good man. I want a good man for 2026. Well, I'm sorry, Brittany, but Santa doesn't see your Instagram. You're getting a lump of coal. I mean, let's be serious, ladies. Half of your social media looks like a situationship starter pack. This is doing... Anyways, a strong masculine man is not going to chase after a chaotic woman. And you can take the boss babe hat off, honey, because I'm going to tell you from experience, alignment is way better than independence. So when you're asking where the hell is my husband, remember, peace attracts husbands. This just attracts lessons. And I have said this before. Remember, we are not bounty paper towel. Okay, this is not the quicker picker upper. If you keep attracting garbage, you need to start doing a little reflective work as to why do I keep attracting garbage men? Why can't I find a good husband? My one piece of sister advice, remember, if you keep entertaining the clown, you just become part of the circus.
I don't know what Dallas girl needs to hear this, but you will not be meeting your husband at Cash Cow. He's not there. And if he is there, he's probably gay. I've never been to Cash Cow and seen more than 5 women there. It's nothing but men standing in a circle with a giant stack of money that they will not give to you because it's fake money. It's fake. And it's a place for them to roll up in public. That's all Cash Cow is. Your husband's not there. And I know you love the idea of an older white man. I really know you do. But the older white man you meet at Ginger's is not going to marry you and put you in his will. He's just not. He's looking for a white trophy wife, and you're not him, baby. I'm so sorry. You're just not. And I also hate to tell you this, but that fitness influencer you met at Absolute Recomp, he's not going to cuff you, babe. He's not. He won't even talk to you at the gym. He won't even acknowledge your presence at the gym. Why would you think that he's going to be with you? Leave that gym man alone. Let him throw those dumbbells and eat chicken and rice by himself. And that bouncer you met at Citizen has no power to get you free drinks for the night. He's at the door. How is he going to get you free drinks? Block him. And that boy you match with on Hinge who says he likes church and brunch on Sundays is going to take you to Cidercade and then never talk to you again. Go ahead and delete Hinge while we're at it. And since we're here, you're not going to meet your husband at the Turkey Leg Hut. You're not going to meet your husband at Temptations. You're not going to meet your husband at a rodeo. You're not going to meet your husband at Canvas. You're not going to meet your husband at Texas Republic. You're not going to meet your husband at Bottle Blonde. They keep closing them down. They're not even there long enough for you to even meet anybody. You're just not. You're just not. But if you want to know where you could meet your husband, I'd go ahead and follow me.
You guys, I just can't find a single man that I like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just keep going on these dates and I find myself getting bored. I'm bored on these dates. It's draining. I feel like I have to make the conversation. I have to, like, really make things flow. They're not flowing naturally. And then dating gets draining and it's just a circle. It's a circle. You know what I mean? Where, like, I just don't know. I think it's the apps. Because here's the other thing. People are like, oh my God, you go on so many dates. They're app dates. They don't count. Because in real life, if you're meeting people and then you're saying yes to dates, you already have an idea because you've met them in person if you're interested or not. So already you're light years ahead, okay, of somebody going on a dating app date where you're judging it off of what photos and a few prompts and maybe a little conversation via text. Like, no, it doesn't count. So now in this day and age when you're like, oh my God, why are all these people going on all these dating app dates? Because we don't know these people. They're strangers. They're strangers. This isn't like a date that a guy asked me on that I knew in real life and like already had a little bit of a crush on. Okay, that's why people have more luck when they actually date in real life. The problem is everyone's antisocial these days. No one's meeting in person. So if no one's meeting in person, everyone's meeting online. We're all just going on 1,000 dates and not meeting a single person we like. Or at least I'm not meeting a single person I like. And maybe, you know, you could be like, Renee, you're the problem. Maybe I am. Maybe I am, but I still want to date a man I like. I'm so sorry.
All right, this one's for the ladies. Actually, nah, come close. This one's serious. Chivalry is right? It literally has to be, because I, as a 26-year-old single man who is now thrown back into the dating world, it just doesn't work. By the way, if you would give me a quick follow, I've got videos like this coming out every day. Like a week ago, for instance, I went out on a date with a girl and I got her flowers before the date. Mind you, first date, we don't really know each other all that well, and I showed up with a bouquet of roses for her. She acted as if it was some pain in the that she had to go back up to her apartment and put it into a vase like it was some chore. Or another thing, and this is something I've actually seen all over social media. If a guy were to open the door for a girl or hold the door for her, I've seen girls have conversations and try to say that, oh, I'm an adult woman, I can get the door myself. Which is just completely mind-blowing, by the way, because I've got dudes that hold the door for me all the time, and I say thank you. I fully get it's also gonna depend on the girl. It just feels like that old school, romantic, communicative relationships that used to exist just don't exist anymore. So yeah, leave some comments, let's have some conversations, let's talk, because I need to get to the bottom of this. I need to know.
Hey y'all. So I saw a tweet the other day that said black women are tired of working.
All right, I'm tired of both. Tired.
And I felt that in my spirit. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about it for a little bit. So just to give you a little bit of background about me, I have 4 college degrees. 4, including a doctoral degree, which less than 2% of people in the entire world have.
Oh, did you know I don't give a...
And I was raised, I'm in my 40s, and I'm part of that generation of women that were raised to be strong and independent. Somewhere along the way, the strong, independent, and the don't need no man part was added in. Now, that's not me.
If she must say such things in order to sleep at night, so be it.
That's not my testimony. I'm a Southern girl. I'm born and raised in the South, so I've never been one of those I don't need no man girls because, you know, family and children were always important to me. However, I digress. My generation, many women in my age range were raised to be strong, independent, professional, highly educated women.
I'll be a lonely old lady with rotting teeth and a chocolate mustache.
No, you're not. And most of my circle.
If you're wondering how we moved on so easily, then I want you to listen to this. I get it. It hurts so badly to know that someone has moved on when you are still so stuck grieving the love that you shared with them. Your mind is so consumed by them and theirs is occupied by somebody else. And it hurts to know that you're only a memory to someone who's still your everything. But I want you to understand something. It hurts because you're thinking that moving on for him means the same as it does for you. And it doesn't. He can jump from person to person so easily because he's not practicing love. He's practicing possession. When we go through breakups, we're heartbroken. We have to grieve the loss of that person's place in our life, and so it's only natural that we would expect the same process for someone else. We have to take time to heal from something so traumatic. And so when we see someone move on in days or even weeks, we assume that it was that much easier for them. And we take that as a reflection of how little they loved us and how easy it was to let us go. But that would also have to mean that he loved the way that you loved, and we know that's not true because they're not capable of it. These people cannot be alone with themselves. And so they immediately move towards hooking the next victim because they need that validation. They need to feed their ego with new attention instead of acknowledging the loss of it from you. I know it hurts, but take the time to heal yourself from the love that you gave and let him distract himself from the love that he couldn't.
I think my question is, why should somebody listen to you?
Can I jump in? Not to cut you off. What does being married have to do with hosting a single show?
You see that? She just proved Kevin Samuels right. What does being married have to do with hosting a single show? They used to give Kevin Samuels the same pushback. Now Cam Newton is treating Kendra like Kevin Samuels used to get treated. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Kendra G may have criticized Kevin Samuels in that same manner when she did that response video to Kevin after she went on his show.
Kevin Samuels, you know, the one thing I forgot to ask you when I was on your platform is, where's your wife? Where is the woman that you are married to that can prove your thought process on what it takes to have a successful black family actually works because you have one yourself? But then I realized you're not even married. Not only are you not married, you have been married twice, divorced twice. So therefore, you mean to tell me you know all that it takes to have a successful marriage, but it didn't even work in your own life? Interesting. Can I jump in? Not to cut you off. What does being married have to do with hosting a single show?
Gotcha.
Men, a lot of y'all gonna end up single and alone at the end of your life too. I know y'all out here saying that it's hard for women to get married. It's hard for some of y'all to get married too. Because the women that God has for you, you overlooking them. You keep shooting your shot at women that don't even want you because you ain't got everything you supposed to have together. I'm going to say it because y'all don't really understand. Y'all try to say women going to end up lonely. A lot of you men are going to die single and alone because you will not let God work on your heart. You won't level up. The type of women you want, you don't even have the emotional intelligence to deal with them, the relational intelligence. You don't have the integrity. You don't have the leadership, and you shooting for that woman. But y'all won't talk about the ones that you shot for and they let you down and they told you no thank you. Y'all not ready to talk about the women that told you no thank you because you wasn't on her level. It's a woman that you shot for, sir. And when she denied you and shot you down, now you mad at all the other women and trying to dog them and give them self-esteem issues. Oh, I see y'all out there on the internet streets dogging women. This why y'all don't never get married. Y'all gonna be single forever. Sir, so are you. Sir, so are you. With that stubborn, prideful mentality, thinking that you are better than every woman out here and that you are the prize. Sir, you gonna be alone and single too in your elderly years. So stop going after women talking about all y'all single women. Some of you men are single because you can't get the woman you want neither.
These modern women continue to try to humiliate a man. They continue to try to dog a man out in public. They think because they have Instagram and TikTok and they're recording that all men, most men will kind of step back and they'll be like, oh, that ain't worth it. But a lot of these, there's a lot of these modern women think I can do that to any man and just shame him. At some point in time, you're going to do that. And that man is going to clown you. And he's going to ruin your reputation online. Number one. Number two, God forbid you try to put your hands on that man and that man put his hands on you back. That's not what you want. Be careful.